Alright, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Brian Bonagazzi. And, so, here's something that I said in the video that, I didn't say in there, was something about, actually, how she specifically said it was something about, like, how she put it was something about, like, are you gonna... This is what it was. She asked me, are you gonna pay for the gas trips? I told her, ain't no way. Oh, hey, I didn't know I'd already started this one. So that, I had told her, no. I was being honest with her, because, I done told you in the beginning, I can't do that. And she's just like, but, well, and I've seen like a lot of these people, why don't nobody love me? Dude, it's not about matter of love. Money has nothing to do with love. Honest to God. If it had anything to do with love, man, we could have already found love. But it's not just love, man. You gotta think about the relationship and everything else and the whole entire equation. And you're like, oh, well, it's, I gotta ask for money. No, you don't. What you all need to stop doing is asking for money. It's absolutely ridiculous and utterly ridiculous. Any of you out there who want to go, oh, I can do this and that. And there's another thing I didn't mention as well. Especially you might think they are not who they appear to be. I mean, I don't know what she was. I thought she was a woman. I actually can tell if they're a woman. Sometimes you can't through text, but there's a lot of times you can. I mean, really. Come on, man. Seriously? All that, and you want me to pay for your troubles of getting down here? Who would it look like? Jason David Frank? I mean, even he probably wouldn't do that unless he was in love, because he's got a lot of money. I know he could if he wanted to. There's lots of people who are rich will do it, but not for everyone. And I mean, if they're in love, they will do it. It's not like they won't. You're sadly mistaken if you think they won't just because they're in love. And a lot of people always think that, well, money, it just takes money to get money. Yeah, it takes money to hold together with when you're trying to even support yourself and others, but just to have love, no. Love is something that comes without expectancies, and that's what it should always be anyway. But no, it's the way our society is with a lot of people. Like, we conform to the ideal or ideas that we should absolutely, and I mean absolutely, which is utterly ridiculous, by the way, have to say, oh, you got any money? See, although I hate to admit it, but I have done it to somebody. I said, but I see the differences between me and anybody else. I said, I offer you a deal, and I said, just think about it. And see, I don't do it for the sake of just asking for money. I said, you don't have to if you don't want to. I even do that. See, I deliberately do that because this guy had a bunch of money that I knew that was a friend of mine. And, I know it's something I should never do. I get that. I really do. But, if someone and it's only one freaking thing, and you say, well, I can pay you back in installments. I can afford it, If you'll just do that. He said, no. I said, well, just think about it and let me know. Yeah, didn't take him long to think about it. He said, no. Like, okay. And that's something I should never have done. I realize that. But I did. Okay? I don't regret it, but I feel like at the same time that because of the way that I approached it. See, I'm like a lot of people, they'll just approach it like, you got any money? All of a sudden they'll hit you up. Me, I don't all of a sudden hit people up. I talk them into a deal. I mean, I said, I know you don't trust me and all that, but this will build trust. But, I mean, and I'll even say that you don't have to. Unlike a lot of people. And I mean that literally. At least the way I did it was the right way to do it. Unlike other people will go, you got any money? Excuse me? I mean, even I still shouldn't have done it, but still, I thought, well, okay, maybe I can offer him a deal. Because honestly, I didn't know how I was going to be able to pay for things. Just the one thing I needed. So I said, she said, oh, is that all? I mean, because he's cost him so much. And I said, well, it's only so little. And I could pay you back. And I could have. But he doesn't know me. I mean, he knows me well enough, but not enough to, I guess, do that. Because we've never done anything like that. So again, I mean, don't do what I did. That was stupid, and I admit it, okay? Just put it this way. Never always follow in the footsteps of everything I've done that's terrible like that. Like, that was stupid, and I admit it. But at the same time, it's not stupid in the way of the approach I did it. Because a lot of people, again, will go all the way to go and they start hitting you up for money, like, for like a relationship or whatever. Ain't no way in hell. And I'm not afraid to admit that I did do that. I mean, and that I shouldn't have done that. That was dumb. That was really dumb of me, and I admit it. But, in a way, I do regret it, but in another way, I don't. It's just in a way that I regret it, in a way that I would never do it again. Because, honestly, it was not something I should have done, but I did it anyway. And I'll tell you this, it was the first time I've ever done that. Although I have asked my dad eventually. I didn't used to a long time ago, but for money. And that was it. But see, the way I approach it is like, if you don't mind. If otherwise, if you don't have to. Because it also depends on what it is. Like, if it's just something for me or whatever, but I'll say, like, we start putting a little bit more if you don't mind doing that. She said, okay. At least we talked it out, And I don't always ask for money anyway. Matter of fact, even if I'm out of a phone or I don't have a service, I'm just like, no, I don't bother. I'll say that I don't have a phone. Eventually she'll get me one at all time. And I'm like, okay. And I don't do it out of expectancies either. I think it's really dumb to expect people to do anything, let alone, and I'll even make it clear, I don't expect anybody to do anything. And so yeah, and again, it was just to a friend of mine. I wouldn't do this to a complete stranger or something like that. And I'm not gonna tell you how much the guy had either, but he had enough. He could have if he so wanted to. See, the key word, wanted to, because it is up to him. It is his money. I wouldn't bother doing it with that, like, oh, I expect you to. I'm not like that. Let's get one thing straight, okay? I don't expect anybody to do a damn thing, alright? You want to do something, you do something. Don't sit there and worry about it like, oh, well, it's not an expectancy in life. Except that when you're growing up, yeah, you do have responsibilities that are expectancy of you without even being asked to do so. Also, I should point out that this game is very difficult for me to do, even offhand now. A lot of times it takes me like several full lives, even if I completely wipe them all out. In this game, I'm not even going to bother to make an official video anymore because it just kind of really grates on my nerves. And I ain't even kidding, man. It bothers me that a game like this even exists with the difficulty. Because of the difficulty. Otherwise, I wouldn't even care. And that, my friends, is a god-awful truth about this game. This game, can be fun, exciting when it's like something you can finally manage to... Because I'm not, like I said, I'm not really in it for it to be number one. That's why I don't like to compete against other people. Because that's not something you'll ever catch me doing. So, if that's what you're looking for, you're in the wrong place. And I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but you are in the wrong place. So, anyway, that's just the way things are. Let's see what we can do here. Son of a bitch. That sucks. Oh, I could have had that too if I hadn't done that. Let's try that one more blasted time. See what happens. See, one of the things I hate about this is you wind up using up several moves to block, to clear up all these blasted, boxes over here. And it sucks. It really does. And it's like, why the hell do I have to do this kind of junk? Well, I would have made that too, especially if I had it actually continuous, but that's alright. This is the last time I'm going to do this, so don't worry about it too much. It's just the insane amount of time you have to take spending trying to do all this, and it absolutely blows because somebody thinks it's funny to do this kind of junk. Like, why am I wasting all this when it could be done probably in a few simple moves that I'm just not seeing? Crazy as it seems. Literally, I'm not joking with you. What wastes more moves as well as having to line up a bunch just to unlock that. I mean, while you're trying to absolutely sit here and just... Look at this shit. It's crap, man. I only got like 4 freaking moves, and that's just not gonna fly. Yeah, see, I only had like 4 of them to do, and that was taking too damn long. Actually, I'd say more than likely it's just trying to make all those moves just to do that. Anyway, I'll see y'all in another episode. Until then...